listening to the KeyWitnessMedia podcast with Kurt Maggs. Kurt Maggs Radio.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the Kurt Maggs Radio Show. What's popping? Yeah. Back in the building again. Definitely appreciate everybody who's been listening to the episodes and downloading my episodes. Definitely appreciate you. My numbers are going up higher and higher. Definitely getting a lot of great feedback. And, man, before we get ready to get into the show, I think I'm going to go ahead and play a song for you. This is a song called Drift by Kurt Maggs. KeyWitnessMedia. Kurt Maggs Radio. Yes. That was Drift by Kurt Maggs in the building. So definitely appreciate everybody who's been checking out that song. You know, people are actually buying that song. I even received a check. And short story about that song, Drift. It was actually about music fading in and out. And it's comprised of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Just different elements and sounds that were used back in the day. And I created that. And it was actually a Marvin Gaye sample that I used, but I could not get clearance for it. Shout out to the Gaye family. They would not give me... I'm not going to say they didn't want to give me clearance. What they wanted for me to pay to get the clearance, I could not do it. So I had to take the sample out. The song would even be a lot better. You know how sometimes people, you can have a song put together and it's all based around that sample, that it was a vocal sample. and the song just don't feel the same way without the sample. So I had to add different elements to it to try to make the song a little bit more complete. But it also helped me to understand how to get this music on different platforms. So I was able to get them on different platforms, even got a publishing agreement with it. So I was able to get that done, and hopefully I'm trying to get a sync license done now. I had a few people that inquired about using it in a movie and some type of independent film. And hopefully we can get an agreement together and get that done and sign on that dotted line. I definitely would love to get that done. Still working at this. Hopefully we have some new stuff coming out soon. But man, before I forget, I need to find my girl to do my tags. You know, when you hear this,
KeyWitnessMedia podcast with Kurt Maggs.
Or when you hear this,
Kurt Maggs Radio.
Yeah, that man, this girl been doing stuff for me for a while. I just need to refresh on my tags and just refresh on a bunch of different things that I'm trying to do here to bring a different element to the show. So I think I'm going to try to get a hold of her tonight and see if she's not busy. It was a time where it was only a few of us using her for her voice as far as tags. It got to the point that she was able to quit her job and just do vocal tags. And the last time I talked to her, she was bringing in about $3,000 or $4,000 a month just doing vocal tags. So shout out to Jana for getting it done. Yeah, her and her husband both were doing vocal tags, and he's an engineer, so he just engineers and makes it sound so good and so crisp. And man, it got my tags to me right away. So definitely appreciate them, and I'm looking for y'all. We're gonna do some business here. Hopefully, if I can get a hold of y'all tonight, we can go ahead and get my tags ready and have it ready by next week. So let's see what we can do. But shout out to them again. They're my peeps, man. Man, on yesterday, I was able to watch Dana Evans, Gary Westside alum. She's a guard for the Louisville Cardinals women's basketball team. They played against Northwestern. She's only 5'6". I thought she was a little bit taller than that. But she's a senior there for the Louisville Cardinals. And they beat Northwestern yesterday 62-53, and she scored 14 points. That's that Gary grind. Our swag is heavy, so shout out to her, her family. Definitely appreciate that young lady. She's really getting it done, and thank you for representing the city. And Gary, even though I didn't go to Gary Westside, I'm a L-Dub alum, Lou Wallace. Still got to show love to Gary Westside, because that's where my dad's, all his people went to. So shout out to them. They all went to Westside. I think my own father was the only one who didn't go, because I don't think Westside was built at the time he was growing up. I think he ended up going to Tollerston, which ended up turned into a junior high school. So shout out to her and her family, and they're getting it done. She's getting it done. Man, I'm going to be doing different segments. I'm trying to do a couple of different things, and hopefully I don't get in trouble. So I'm going to be telling stories. So here's a story that everybody seemed to enjoy. And this is just, I do random skits. Like I said, I usually do skits for people around me and family members and, relatives and stuff like that. But Here's one everybody really has been going. They really enjoyed it, and I made it short because I was scared I was going to get struck on the sample clearance. I didn't clear the song, but like I said, I heard it on TikTok, and I still got it loaded up. Hold on, check it out. So I'm going inside, pick up a pizza, right? Minding my own business, not doing anything wrong. Okay, and have you guys ever been faced with this? So, hello, sir, man. The girl, take your order. Yes, you can. I said, oh, my. Here for pickup? Yeah. Just
You remind me of my G.
Remind me. Would you like something to drink?
Sprite.
Oh yeah. Sir, would you like any condiments to go? Oh yeah, for sure.
Brown eyes.
Woo!
Oh yeah. That'll be good.
Yeah, that's I got a lot of people who like that. I mean, I'm thinking to myself, it's cool, just messing around. But man, I've been doing this stuff. I've been doing that stuff for years. So, like I tell people, I go all the way back to a 4-track, which I still have a 4-track. I think I'm gonna try to do something with that 4-track. One thing about learning how to do songs and music and produce and all that, we had very little, and now you got unlimited tracks. And technology have come so far. I remember having to manipulate that little 4-track to do what I wanted to do, and you had to make a song out of it. So we had to do a lot of ping-ponging. So it was times I would play over one track and then use the second track and then kind of ping-pong it with that to make it sound like a full song. And I mean, it took a lot of work, but it sounded good. You would never know all that went into trying to make that song. But when it came down to trying to get the song mastered, everything was built in. And you know what? I need to go ahead and find that. I got that 4-track. I just had it a couple of months ago, showing one of my cousins that I still had. Oh, it was with my nephew. And I told him, I kept saying, I'm going to see if I can get back and using that 4-track to do stuff. And I mean, it still sounded good. If I wanted that analog sound, I wish I could have done the song Drift off that analog sound. Because like I said, it was supposed to be 70s, 80s, 90s sound. And I took all those different elements, like the little Moog synthesizer you hear playing in the background. Like I said, I was supposed to be getting a sample clearance. And the sample was actually a Marvin Gaye voice sample saying, when did you, how did it go? When did you stop loving me, but when did I stop loving you? And Marvin Gaye was such a genius. That's a long story in itself. I would love to go into that. But like I said, shout out to Robin Thicke and them. T.I., Pharrell. They kind of messed that up. But like I said, they have a right. That's their daddy's music. So they have a right to be able to be compensated for the usage or just the feel of the songs. Like I said, most of us who've heard it and knew Marvin Gaye's songs and music, we knew that it was inspired from one of Marvin Gaye's songs. So how they figured they were going to be able to skate that through, even if they didn't hear it, people around are going to know that that's what they got it from. So, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, I'm going to be doing some different things, and I'm going to be going into segments where I'm going to tell a story about a thought or so, a situation that happened to me in my life. So this situation, anytime you hear this,
like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
Yeah. Well, I hope they don't get me for using that music. I'm gonna use that anyway until they catch me. So I'm not gonna use it too often. But it's gonna be the days of our lives. And a couple of days ago, I was in Target, minding my own business as usual. So I'm in the houseware section, and I'm looking at a couple of things, and there was a family that was in there. It was two boys. They probably was 14, 15. There was a girl. She's probably was 12 or 13. There was a mom and a dad, and then there was a little girl. She had been maybe 6 or 7 years old, and I'm out of my own business looking through a couple of things and looking at some prices and pricing a couple of things. And they were on the other end, the far end of the aisle. And they were all moving around and looking at certain things. And, hey, Ma, look at this. And, hey, Dad, we should get this. So they're going back and forth. They're not talking loud, but you could hear them from where I was standing. And it was kind of quiet in the store. It wasn't that many people in that area, so you could hear them pretty good. And the little girl was like 6 or 7 years old. And I noticed the little girl kind of walked up over there slowly. And she says something to them. And they all just started busting out laughing at the same time. My question is, what did that little girl say to have them laughing that hard? I mean, they all looked down at her, and she says whatever she said, and they just started cracking up. I don't know if it's just me or my age. I wanted to know, what did she say to have them cracking up so much? I mean, it got to the point where driving home, it bothered me. I even called a couple of people up and say, hey, and I explained the situation to them. And they kept saying, well, why didn't you just ask? Everybody know I do not get into other people's business. I'm not that nosy, and it's not that I don't care or whatever, but I've learned to, over the years and understanding how things go. Some people don't. I don't believe in trying to get information or bugging people about certain things. And the last couple of days I have been really puzzled about what did she say that had them. I mean, the laughter. If y'all would have seen them, their heads revved back like, they just bust out laughing. And she has no expression on the face. She's not laughing. But whatever she said, it was so funny. Is that going to be one of our future comedians? And my whole thing is that when we go through life and a lot of times your gift or calling will come early. And somewhere down the line, I believe that she's going to probably be an entertainer of some sort, because they were really, and she did have a different type of presence about herself, because like I said, when I looked down there, you noticed her first before anybody. And she was like a very important part of the family. And I don't know if it was just because she was the youngest and she gets more, you're not tired of the youngest, so always gets all the attention. But they were all entertained by what she said. Is it just my age getting to me where I'm really concerned about what did she say to have them so laughing so hysterical? I guess I'll never know. Peace and God bless. What did she say? Maybe I should have asked. Peace and God bless. I'm out of here.